All right, y'all, I'm just going to go up to problem 3 today. I think everything we've done so far with Thursday and Friday, we don't need much more than this. The first thing I'm going to do on this problem is I'm going to look at my denominators and determine what my solution can't be. So x minus 1, if I set that equal to 0, I'm going to end up with x equals 1. So I know that I cannot have 1 here. And I'm going to do this side over here, x plus 1 equal to 0. When I move my 1 over on both sides, I find that x cannot equal negative 1 on here. This side right here, this actually breaks apart, but I'm going to go ahead and now do my next steps. My next steps are rewrite the problem, but give yourself a lot of space. Give yourself a lot of space. This is it right there. This is it right there. And then here we go. So I've written everything down except check out right here. Remember the pattern. This x squared is a perfect square. That's a minus sign. And believe it or not, the square root of 1 is just 1, which means it's also a perfect square. So here we go. And the way you do it is you set up your x, and then plus 1, and x minus 1. All I did was turn that into that. So this factors into this one right here. Now I have to go look at my denominator and get my denominators to match. So look at what we have for the right-hand side. The most complicated denominator is x plus 1 times x minus 1. Well, check it out. I already have an x minus 1 here and an x plus 1 here. So all I have to do is fill in the missing pieces. So on this one, I'm just missing an x plus 1. So I'm going to write it on top and bottom. And then over here, I'm missing an x minus 1. So I'm going to write it down here. And then if I write it on the bottom, I got to write it on top. And that's denominator, numerator. And yeah, I'm going to look at this. I've solved my little, like, what they can't equal. And now I see all this stuff, and I'm like, check it out. Have I done my work now? The answer is, yeah, I have. I'm going to basically cross that out, call that done, and then I'm going to go ahead and multiply this out. 1 times x is x. 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm just going to write x plus 1 plus this 4x right here, 4 times x. And then 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, equaling to 7. We combine all these terms. X plus x is 5. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. So I have 5x minus 3 equals 7. So I'm going to add the 3 on both sides. And I get 5x equals 10. And then I'm going to divide the 5 out. I'm going to divide the 5 out, and I get x equals 2. So we find for our solution x equals 2. Again, the way you would find extraneous solutions is checking your numbers. If you went in and plugged in 2, you have to see if it works. I'm not focusing on that hardcore yet. For those who are going into harder math next year, you'll have to know how to check for extraneous solutions. You just plug stuff back in. But for now, I'm more focused on this part of it. So that's basically the answer. It's a number 3.